Hello, it's me, Snacky-chan, the Sassy Llama, and this is not a scripted video. This is, as you can see on the title, it's a few of my favorites. Now, what I'm talking about is video games. I've played many, probably way too many, but I'm never going to stop, video games over the years, and only a few have really stood out. I'm not saying that everything else is terrible. I'm saying that some of these games I like more than others. I mean, they are in no particular order. There isn't one per franchise. There is a few games that I prefer to play, or have played, and have very fond memories of. And the only one that's in order is the last two, because those are my absolutes. First, we're going to talk about Halo 3. It was one of the first games I got when I finally got my Xbox 360. And it is one of the games I've spent quite a long time on. It's mainly... I have fond memories of playing it with a friend and my brother. We're all just messing about on the multiplayer, sometimes playing it even on the online mode when I could afford it. Because back at the time, I was not a full adult with a working job, and money was not easy to come by, but I did have a lot of fun just having a good time. There are not many games have local multiplayer anymore, and that kind of sucks. But what I remember playing it was the best part about it. Now, don't get me wrong, I look back at it, it's not the best thing in the world, but it was fun. Here's another one. It is Time Splitters, Future Perfect. Another one with really good local multiplayer back on the PS2. I really wish they would remaster or revamp this game, or just bring it back in general, the series. Because it's such a stupid game, but it's such a fun game. I loved the story mode. It was quite interesting. I liked playing it with my friend, my brother, and even on my own. It's one of those games that you can enjoy in any mode. And the local multiplayer, especially with the bots, was usually just chaos. And we always played on one map in particular because we're boring like that. But it was fun. I mean, it's got one of my favorite lines in video games history. Shoot anything with teeth bigger than its head. Right, literally in the first level / demo. Now, Devil May Cry. I've played a few of those games, but my favourite one has to be Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition. It took what was great about Devil May Cry 3, then added Virgil, and it became pretty much a beautiful game, in my opinion. So, yeah, don't really need to explain that one further. Virgil. Virgil. He's a great character. Still prefer Dante. DMC3 Dante. DMC4 Dante. I've not played DMC1, but I intend to when I buy the revamped edition of the first 3 games on the PC on Steam. I might play through them if you want me to. Leave a comment down below to let me know. And that's it. Other games now, here's a bit of a weird one. No, it's not. It's Dark Souls. All of the Dark Souls games, barring number 2, have been fan-bloody-tastic. Now, number 3 has been my favourite, mainly because it's not easier, but it's been more fun. Mainly because I got stuck a lot. Then again, it took me 100 hours to beat Dark Souls 1, to be honest. Not gonna lie, it took me over 100 hours. On the second one, it took me 40. No, on the third one, it took me 40. I haven't finished the second one yet, because the game's bullshit. They tried to make it harder and slightly more complicated, and it didn't work, because it's terrible. And if you build wrong, or you don't specialize, you're fucked. Especially during that one bullshit boss, which is in lava and then comes up and takes up 90% of the goddamn landmass that you're on. I mean, shut up. Right. Other games. Okay, League of Legends is obviously one of them because I've played it for 6 years. 7 years. And sunk way too much time into it. And sunk a little bit too much money into it. Why did I do that? Why did I put myself through that? But it was fun. And now they're revamping 90% of all the characters I play. Not that I don't already own every single champion in the game, barring the newest one, I think. Who don't I own? I don't remember. But I played a lot of... I spent a lot of time on that game, and I really enjoyed it. Mainly because... Not because of the community. Obviously, the community's shite. And you don't really want to try and talk to them. There are a few people on there that are cool, but they're few and far in between. But the game itself was a bonding experience with a few of the people I know, and I can't forget that because it's just great. I would play a little more League of Legends again, but I haven't picked it up in forever, and I'm afraid of what they've done. Especially what they've done now to Aurelia, which I haven't released yet, if I remember rightly, according to this. At right now of this recording, I might check later, but who knows. Yeah, League of Legends is there. Now we're going to talk about Quake 3. Quake 3 is an arena shooter brought back... We're going back into the 90s. Well, this is a great game. It is a fantastic bit of old style, what the original multiplayer experience was. Fast, intense, and with really good competition without going overboard on the whole fact of I'm better than everyone because my stats are higher. Not because you're the highest level, because you're actually a better player. Kill-death ratios mean nothing if you're no good at actually killing anyone. Yeah, you may have the highest kill-death ratio. That's mainly because either you have got lucky, or you know where all the pickups are. Pros know where all the pickups are and can get around the map. They all, obviously, pros die in-game. That's cool. But that's a learning experience. Every death should be a learning experience. Which is a bit hypocritical because I've done all the things wrong. Minecraft. This is another one of my favorites. It's the freedom of choice and the amount of mods available to it have been fantastic in longevity. You can do pretty much whatever you want in it, and there would probably either be a mod or a texture pack or anything available. Even using the original game, you can do practically an infinite possibility of things. It's pretty much the ultimate game for creativity and experimentation. Now the graphics aren't the best, but who gives a shit about the graphics? It's gameplay that matters mostly. There are some games out there now that don't look fantastic, but their gameplay are absolutely timeless. Gameplay trumps graphics. That's a rule you should live by. I mean, pretty graphics are cool and all, but means nothing all but compared to gameplay. Now we're going to Nier. Not Nier Automata, Nier, the second. It's a complicated system, I don't know, but it's the first one I played. I originally had low, thoughts about this, but the more I played it, the higher my, thought. That makes no sense. The more I liked it. And then I found out there's extra endings to it, but I'd already finished it once, and usually when I finish a game, I don't continue it. There's only been a couple of games where I have done, and that's a Resident Evil 5? Yeah, 5. Where I've completed it 7 times in a row. On different difficulties and all that, but doesn't matter about that. Yeah, Resident Evil 5 is also one of them. But it's all good. Now we're going to talk about the last 2 games that have been part of my life pretty much the entire time, and I've always appreciated their existence. At number 2 is the original Doom series, and I'm talking about Doom Ultimate, Doom 2, and Doom Final, brought out in 93, 95, and 97. back before some of the people that even watch my video existed. And let me tell you, you're not a 90s kid if you're born after 95, and that's how I believe it. It's 1989 to 1995. That's 90s kid. If you're born in 99, you are not a 90s kid. You have no cognitive... no, let's not do that. No, we can't. But Doom, I've played it so many times. The only one I've not really played is Final, but I have, like, played through it. Just not as much as 1 Ultimate and 2. Because the music is just so fun. And the gameplay is so simple. Yet I've always found new things in it. I've not ever discovered everything about it. I don't think there's a couple of levels that I've even completed. Because I got through with cheats. But I will one day do a full gameplay of it. Maybe on the channel, maybe streaming if I can ever get decent internet. But who knows. Now, number 1. This one might be a massive surprise to some people, but it's actually Doom 2016. Ba-doom, it's Doom. Yeah. Doom has been basically my baby since day 1 of discovering it. Now, 2016 is what created the newest Doom iteration. Doom 3 was great and all. I mean, the horror aspect, going through the horror aspect was alright. But Doom 2016 brought the good old feelings and mechanics of Doom, upped them through steroids and demonic possession, added some extra things like weapon upgrades, which didn't change how the gameplay flowed. It actually enhanced it. Where in some cases, an upgrade system in guns just goes, well, now you've upgraded this gun to max, it is basically stupid. And you can only use this one weapon otherwise, because the rest of your weapons are worthless unless you upgrade them too. No, in Doom, all of your weapons have equal standing. All of the weapons can do just as bad or just as good, depending on who's using them. And I ain't gonna change that opinion. Doom is my absolute favourite game of all time. I love its gameplay, I love its beautiful graphics, I love its soundtrack. I love it so much that I actually paid for the soundtrack. I paid for that soundtrack, and now we listen to it on a daily occurrence. It's not sad. There's some really good soundtracks out there, but Doom just brings out... It brings its own pace, brings its own feel, and it just makes the game perfect. Now, if you've not listened to the soundtrack, or you've not played the Doom series in any format, I'd recommend you experience all of Doom. From Doom Ultimate to Doom 2016. Experience it all. And then come back and tell me that it's great, because you're clearly going to find it's that. Doom is the father of all modern first-person shooters. And Wolfenstein 3D is the grandfather, so nah, I know this fact. But thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed me yammering on about some of my favourite video games. I hope you enjoyed listening, and leave some comments down below. Tell me what your favourite video games are, maybe some of your reasons if you want. Suggest to me what you would like to see being played. I know I've already got a new segment on Gone, which is going to be a challenge segment, where you guys can send me comments on challenges that I can attempt, and I will attempt them. Doesn't mean I will actually succeed, but I will attempt them. I've already got a few to get done, so it's going to be something I'm going to make. I'll make a witty name for it. I'm just not sure it, but I will be Gone challenges or something. And thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. And Llama out.